be in the low post. Jordan Dingle is out for the second consecutive game. They hope to get him back soon. Our officials for this afternoon's game, a veteran crew, Jeff Clark, Lamar Simpson, and Nathan Farrell.
Well, we're here.
Oh, a lot of energy.
It is.
I made it up east.
It is. It's such a difference feeling this year with this St. John's team. 4-3 in the conference. Rick Pitino back in the fold. His team playing much more competitively.
Now the ball is going to be out of bounds and controlled to St. John's. Shaka Smart, 42 years young, now in his third season at Marquette, having taken them to a regular season and Big East tournament title a year ago.
I was talking to Shaka before the game. I said, is there a difference this year with this team? He said, listen, we're more mature. We've been through a lot. Teams are coming at us, but give credit to the league. The league is much more competitive top to bottom. Hence, you see a lot of upsets early.
There's the pressure, double team. Ogadaro coming out, and he will miss the tippy. A little bunny that he couldn't get to go, and the outlet to Lewis Jr.
The pressure by Marquette has been a staple point, but you're not going to be able to use it as much because of the shortened rotation if you're Shaka Smart. So he's going to pick and choose the times that he's going to pressure. Right there, paid off, but weren't able to finish.
Dunlap off the heel, and it's pulled down by Stevie Mitchell, junior from Reading, Pennsylvania. Jones in traffic, has that swatted away, but count the basket. It was on the backboard early for Soriano. Quick Rick in St. John's, and he has been some savior so far this year. A little ahead of schedule, I think most would believe, although you'd have a hard time convincing him of that. Always expecting more. He was out for the last game with Seton Hall with COVID. He's lost a couple of assistants, but Steve Masiello is with him for this game as the virus kind of went through his organization shortly after that game at Creighton in Omaha.
Well, you're 4-3 in the conference. You're 12-6 overall. And this is with double-digit new faces on your roster. Okay, in a demanding conference. Okay, that says and speaks volumes in regards to the direction in which this St. John's program is trending.
Pass is pulled away by Jones. We're trying to lob it inside to Soriano. Cam likes that matchup. Takes it to the rack. Can't get it to go. Pulled down by Joel Soriano. Danis with a beautiful lob.
2 feet in the paint. You attract the defense, and now you're able to throw it up top. Keep in mind, that's a more than welcome basket. Being that against Seton Hall, St. John's went 0 for 10 for their first shot, so good to see it go in early.
R.J. Lewis was on the receiving end. Beautiful backdoor cut, and the fine for Ogadaro, and we got a foul to go with it. Great slip by Mitchell.
Yeah, but go back to Danis Jenkins, and it's what we go here. This is the backdoor cut. This is what makes Ogadaro so special. His ability to make plays, initiate the offense, and speaking of with Jenkins inside, Lewis up over the top. St. John's able in their secondary break to exploit the defense that was not set up by Marquette.
A couple of guys missing from Marquette. Chase Ross, they're hoping to get back soon. And, of course, Sean Jones was lost to the ACL.
Yeah, 2 of their better athletes. That affects, again, the pressing situation. You shorten that rotation, you're not able to do that as consistently without those 2 in the lineup.
Sean had his surgery just last night, and he's watching today as you see that one knocked down from deep by R.J. Lewis. Into him, Joplin is rejected. Ledlam got a hold of that one. Danis Jenkins has really become the leader of this team. Came over from Iona with Rick. There's a wraparound move. Can't get it to go out of bounds off of Soriano. It belongs to Marquette.
Well, defensively, listen, I think right there, because R.J. Lewis Jr. kind of went for the initial block. That allowed Ludlam to come from the back. It held Joplin, and that's just an excellent play that time defensively, team defensively by St. John's.
In so many ways, Shaka Smart borrowed a lot of what he learned as a youngster watching Rick Pitino's early days as a coach. This is the first opportunity he's had to actually coach against him, and it's his 500th game today as a head coach. And that one rolls through.
Well, you tell those two have played together a lot. Because that time Kolek is going left, Iguodala's going right, but he knew exactly what spot to get to. Kolek able to deliver on time and on target for a nice, easy 2 inside.
Tough bounce pass entry. He's stolen away. And here's Jones on the other end. And a quick timeout taken on an 8-2 Marquette run. We're underway in New York. Kolek a year ago, and understandably so, but it's Cam Jones that's the leading returning scorer from a season ago. So very versatile, and in many cases his ball handling and passing skills are overlooked by many when summing up why Marquette is who they are. And even with the 3 losses, they're a dynamite team. And as we mentioned, they're a little banged up coming into today's game.
Well, you see the philosophy here, stepped out of bounds that time by R.J. Lewis right there. The 1-2-2 press falls back into a 2-3. That's another avenue when you have a shortened rotation a little bit to conserve energy, but also protect your players from picking up unnecessary fouls. But I love it out of the timeout.
Teardrop from Iguodala, and the iron kind of the big fella off the feed from Kolek. I mean, he and Jones and Iguodala all on the same page. They're a tough team to guard.
Yeah, they are. You got to communicate early and often when you're guarding that trio.
And there's an answer from deep from Ludlam. The Brooklyn kid by way of Harvard makes it a 10-8 game. Kolek. He has struggled with his shot, and he's worked heavily on it, trying to keep it out of his mind. He's responsible for so much more than just scoring. Jenkins with an answer, rattling that one home to tie it at 10.
Yeah, good response that time by St. John's. You talked about Kolek's struggles, only 2 for 17, 12% in his last 4 games from behind 3. Excellent play by Joplin to get 2 feet in the paint. Marquette wants to do this. 2 feet in the paint, force you to have to help, and then they can spray it out. We saw that evidence against Nova when you had 60 points in the paint. It puts so much stress on your defense if you can get the ball via off the dribble or in the pass inside the paint.
Well, they've got 12 points all in the paint. Does Marquette. Soriano with a first touch in his first look. Off the glass, he banks it home. His first shot of the day. Little dribble handoff by Iguodala. Tap out from him, too, to keep it alive in a recycle. Not to be, and Ludlam hauls it down for St. John's. Great pass inside, a good find and a foul on Iguodala. Dunlap with the entry.
We'll go back. David Joplin right now, little dribble. He felt exactly where Ludlam was leading him, but he's able to get inside to the baseline, and Soriano clears some space. Again, Ludlam, that time, he got 2 feet in the paint. Guess what happened? The defense came off the baseline and able to drop it over the top. Soriano able to get an easy one inside.
First foul against Oso. It's always a concern for Marquette that he get in foul difficulty because they don't have as many answers inside. They struggle sometimes to rebound. But in talking with Shaka before the game, he's really high on Ben Gold and where he's coming from. And, you know, he's overcome some shin splints during the summer. He believes that when Gold gets in the game, he can help him on the boards. And there he is right there, right on cue, number 12, coming in for Iguodala.
Yeah, a little bit different because he's not the playmaker, the lob threat, the pick and roll threat that Iguodala is, but Gold can stretch the defense, so he gives you a different look.
He's a kid by today's standards. You know, we've got 23 and 24-year-old men playing this game. Soriano will soon be 24, but Gold has played a lot of basketball internationally. Mitchell giving it up to Joplin, who's going to take a step back three. Joplin was way off target. And the foul against Norman. Trey Norman just into the game as well, picking up the foul.
Well, actually, Joplin should have shot the first one on the driving kick. When he put it on the deck, he allowed the defense to come back and shot it smart. Gave him a look like, come on, man. You get that shot anytime.
Jenkins using the shield, then turns it over. Kolick, a 1-on-3, and a rare mistake on a pass out. Here are the wounded Eagles we were talking about. Chase Ross, and of course the loss of Sean Jones, so important. He was an energizer for them coming off the bench, and sadly they lost him. And as I mentioned, he's watching today, and we'll be taking a long look. That's Ross, but Sean just had his surgery, and he's going to be texting Coach at halftime to give him a critique of the first 20 minutes, Shaka told me.
Yeah, with a Columbus, Ohio native. Listen, he provided a backup point guard that could play, make, defend.
Yeah.
And Mitchell can score, but you lose that versatility when you sit Kolick down to have Jones be able to come in the game and still operate the offense and push the tempo.
Traore just into the game, number 55 in white, and that three ball does not fall. Kolick with a quick outlet. Joplin can't connect, and Soriano clears. Norman's going to pick up another one, his second.
Well, watch George Soriano, or who is this right here on this side? No, it's on the dribble penetration. See how open the middle is for Stevie Mitchell? No one is there because while you have shooters around the perimeter, and that is Soriano because he didn't want to leave Ben go.
Yeah.
Because now he's more hesitant to get over in front, and then you don't want to leave the corner, so that opened it up for Mitchell to have a little bit more room to operate in the middle of the court. Another paint point.
And Trey Norman, the freshman, with 2 quick fouls in less than 2 minutes. Jenkins trying to work inside the Ejiofor. Very athletic big. Jenkins pulls up. And there's the follow. Well defended by Marquette inside. And pulling it out of there is Zayd Lowry, another freshman getting more minutes now because of the injury to Ross.
And Ejiofor may have gotten hit on the elbow on that shot attempt. Crowd not happy with the no call on one end, and then the foul on Iguodala right there. Iguodala right here, a little hesitation, baseline, some hands, too much. Glenn Taylor Jr.
Yeah, that goes against Taylor, his first, and it was a little, as our friend Bill Raftery would say, nickel dime.
Yeah.
Kolick, a little late with that pass, but Iguodala recovers. Kolick looking to make a dribble drive work, and when you're not knocking them down from deep, why not take it closer to the 10?
Man, that's tough. He's not going to beat you, outquick you, but he's physical and he uses angles to get by his opponents.
Bedlam inside quarters. It's lost, and it's pulled away beautifully there by Gold into the hands of Kolick.
An early Big East battle here at Madison Square Garden. It feels like Marquette is up more, but when you get plays like this from one of the best players in the country, you feel comfortable if you shot smart on the sideline. This is going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. When you have some new faces that you're trying to figure out ways to play together, the thing is you want to be competitive in those games. Give yourself a chance to win, and hopefully the other team makes more mistakes. But as this roster continues to play together, Tim, they'll continue to grow together and trust each other a little bit more. So better things are yet to come for St. John.
I mean, other than Soriano, everyone is new, and the chemistry is already pretty good. Here's Gold. Can't get that one to fall. And it's run down beautifully and recovered, although we've got an injured Johnny. I think Ledlam got time.
Well, points in the paint. The storyline for Marquette. 2 feet inside. This is a mantra for this line, for this squad, is to get inside, force the defense to collapse. You have shots, you take it. If not, you spray it out. And Marquette coming off, like I said, 60 points, because it's not. I relived that feeling a little bit. As you play this game long enough, sprained ankles is something that you will unfortunately have to deal with.
He just came down the wrong way next to Ledlam, and it was an effort play, too.
There's that half-court pressure falling right back to Marquette into a 2-3 zone. The key is to find the gaps and move the ball for St. John's.
Danis. And he's fouled. Cam Jones on the closeout. Got too close. It could be a 4-point play.
Well, St. John's is shooting 50%. Listen, in their offensive sets, when they're able to attack quickly and move the ball, make quick decisions, they got some high-quality shots. And that time, against the zone, they were never able to settle, and they went into a man-to-man a little bit. And that time, Jenkins able to catch, fire, shoot, concentrate, and now 4-point play.
This 2-time transfer is outstanding. Started every game at Iona. Began at Pacific, and he has the trust of Rick Pitino. That's all that matters. Kolek. Long rebound to Jones. Tyler takes it inside. Went to the right hand with it. Short-armed it, and it's pulled out of there by Taylor. Sliding through the pit, Kolek. Jenkins will launch right over him. It goes trying off the front iron, and it's pulled down by Lowry. Jones again, a whirling dervish with the left hand in the lane.
And that's poor transition defense that time by St. John's, because you allowed Cam Jones to get below the free throw line. And once he did that and was able to get to his left hand, there was nothing the Redstone defense could do.
Tied at 18. This is like an inter-squad game. Both teams play similarly, and neither have been able to really get that far out front. Beautiful overplay by Gold for the turnover to Marquette.
And poor passing here. One more dribble to the baseline. You would have had Soriano deep in the post.
Pick and roll time to Iguodaro. Working on Ledlam.
Another paint point. And this is an area, too, where Iguodaro has gotten better, stronger. He was slim when he first came in. But that play right there, even though Ledlam is short, a beautiful backdoor.
That time by Dunlap. Taylor with the dish.
But Iguodaro was able to use that upper body strength that he's gained over the years to capitalize.
He passes out of the post so well. That one won't fall for Lowry, and it's pulled down by Ledlam. Marquette has 6 points off turnovers. There's another one committed by St. John's. Gold again will launch. Jenkins retrieves it. Marquette is 0 for 9 from downtown, but boy, have they been scoring inside the painted area.
Good double team that time.
Ooh, another turnover.
Yep. Well, we got some action going on. Cam Jones in transition. You don't stop him. Spin move, feel the body, left hand, of course, inside. And then you can't go for this here. It's a tough passing angle for St. John's, and Gold able to get it. Iguodaro inside, the upper body strength. Too small, too little. And another basket in the paint. And speaking of which, Dunlap, quick offense allows St. John's another easy basket.
Now, Dunlap is deceivingly quick. A lot of times, offensive players feel like they've got a great matchup in ISOs, but he's pretty good, faster than you think. Joplin now returns the favor with an unforced error. Timeout. We're tied at 20. Some turnovers, but you know what? You expect it when these two go at it.
The ball will allow you to recover, because now you're not able to make a clean pass if you're the opponent. But if you don't have pressure on the basketball, basically you can just spray the ball around, and now the backside of the defense won't be able to recover if you do happen to make a mistake.
Growing up in Wisconsin, as he did as a 9 to 10-year-old kid, he loved Rick Pitino. And you know why? He played at Oregon High School, but as a kid, even before he got to Oregon, the head coach there, Kevin Bakery, had all these VHS tapes at his house, and he was a nuisance as a 10-year-old, and he saw those tapes that his future high school coach would have of Coach Pitino, and it was amazing. And today, for the very first time, he got to meet him, talk to him about it. Means a lot to Shaka to be on the opposite side of the bench with Rick Pitino coaching. Pull up by Lewis. Air ball, and we got a foul underneath. Spotted by Jeff Clark down low. There they are. I told Rick about that story. He had not seen it. A wonderful writer in the Milwaukee Sentinel wrote it. He said, you know, I didn't know that story, but you know what? I can't wait to talk to him about it. I said, you've morphed into Hubie Brown and didn't even know it. And we've got a foul going the other way. That, by the way, on Jones was his second before the ball was thrown in bounds, and St. John's turned it over yet again. Kolek re-enters the game, and Jones sits down with the second foul.
Yeah, a little unforced turnover. The ninth turnover right now by St. John's. The margin of error against this Marquette team is very slim. So, but they played good defense, great defense. 10 turnovers right now by St. John's. That's one thing. But when you just turn it over, especially when you have a set play design, this is what happens.
How about that sleight of hand, huh?
But good teams make you pay for your mistakes, and Kolek able to once again, and I hate to beat a dead horse, but get inside to the paint. 22 points, all of those points in the paint.
8-0 off turnovers, the bugaboo for each. Marquette struggling from downtown, but St. John's struggling to hold on to the ball. They've now turned it over 10 times. Levlum, that's a block underneath on Stevie Mitchell.
And it's Tyler Kolek. It's a guard to guard screen. And that time Sean Conway goes underneath the screen, and that's how they want to play Kolek, to force him to have to shoot a jump shot. But he went so far under, the screen was a little deeper. Kolek was able to maneuver his way right into a layup. So let's see if Kolek, if he continues to get to the basket off that pick and roll when St. John's chooses to go under, if they make the adjustment, especially as you lower the pick and roll closer to the free throw line. You want to switch that or get over the top.
Brady Dunlap has re-entered the game. (22-21) Marquette. Sort of a point forward in many ways. Mitchell with a jump stop. Ooh, the iron unkind, and it's pulled down by R.J. Lewis. Good look. Oh, what a spin move. Spin, baby, spin. 23-22. Mitchell on the wing. They're going to rule him out of bounds. It's a turnover.
Yeah, well, R.J. Lewis Jr. right here. He maintains his dribble, isolates Stevie Mitchell. And again, this is in transition. So you know what? Iguodala is outside of the lane, so now you don't have the rim protection. Very smart, intelligent play. If you don't pick me up, maintain your dribble, now you're able to exploit that and get something easy.
Both teams are relentless delivering pressure to the perimeter. Wilshire's checked into the game now for the Johnnies. Every pass contested like that. Recovered, though, inside. Great work defensively by Gold. Loose ball, and it's run down by Wilshire. Somebody grabbed that hot potato. And letting him play down low. Edgefor, yes, and a foul.
Got to be a little gritty. Got to get a little dirty. Get your hands dirty, knees, everything else. You see St. John's scrapping for it. Excellent defense by Marquette, but Edgefor able to figure out where the opportunity is. Gold tries to go outside, maybe have to guard, but then comes back in. A lot of action. And St. John's able to benefit big time on that.
The Garden was sounding like a power play for the Rangers in here. Back and forth they went with potential turnovers recollected. 7 lead changes so far. And a reach-in foul prior to the shot. I think Wilcher will pick that one up.
St. John's foul flag number 7, Simeon Wilcher. First personal, 4th team foul.
Largest lead for the Johnnies in 4. Those 3-pointers just will not fall. It's almost as if there's a lid in the cylinder as Ledlam retrieves it. They're now 0 for 10. That pull-up won't fall for Lewis. Kolek, backdoor cut, rejected. Ejiofor got his hands in there again. Ledlam with a ball fake. Count it! Timeout. Marquette, they're on their feet at MSG.
The score, but also on the defense and rebounding end. Good to see him back and healthy, dealing with those shin splints.
One of the other aspects of this, notice that Soriano is sitting for the moment. He's only taken a shot, 1 shot in the game, made it. Only 4 points, but I think that's what Rick is sending a message about. We need you to be a little down and dirty for us inside the paint. Jones trying to split a double team. He turns it over. Ledlam lost it, but it's corralled by Ejiofor. Zucan from Garland, Texas. A transfer from Kansas. And a nice job by Jones to navigate his way to the 10. They needed that hoop.
Yeah, they did. They did. But you go back, you run your offense, you're able to dissect it a little bit, get something easier. And St. John's doing an excellent job offensively. Wanting to take care of the basketball, they can get some high-quality shots. And the Reeve offense going in right now at the Red Storm.
Shot clock down to 6. Lewis off the window.
Hey, listen, I may not be the smartest, but I ain't the dumbest either. Just get the ball to R.J. Lewis Jr. Let him kind of go to work a little bit.
That's why you made so many team photos in the NBA. Iguodaro taps it back out to Kolek. That's a walk on Jones.
Well, when you play hard, good things happen for you. Out of transition, you get the stop. Ledlam looks up. Okay, don't stop. It gets bounced away. But Ejiofor, because he's running, he's hustling, his motor is there. He's really there for the Big East. It is, too, especially with the Pac-12 being down a little bit for the ACC. You may have some opening slots for the Big Ten or Big East, especially the Big East. Providence on the back end may be able to garner some wins. That's the beautiful thing about the Big East is that from a quad 1 win perspective, you're able to gain that within the conference.
No doubt.
Some are not as fortunate to be able to make it up in conference play. Oh, nice trap right there off the ball.
Taylor. Iguodaro high to get that one.
That's Iguodaro right there. Look, the push, the depth.
Joplin again with a dribble drive. Beautiful maneuver, but he could not get the finish, and Ledlam clears it.
But I like it that time. Joplin played off 2 feet. He just left it a little short with his left hand. But that's textbook footwork.
Dunlap off the heel this time, but on target, just a little strong. And the rebound by Joplin.
And Kolek does too. He's not afraid to give the ball up early to his teammates.
Joplin liked the matchup, but short-armed it. Wilcher, a nice job defensively there, and it's pulled down by Ejiofor.
Yeah, Wilcher did a great job of maintaining his verticality, arms straight in the air. Forced Joplin to be a little uncomfortable, left it short once again, right on the side of the rim.
Marquette 2 for their last 10. Yep, extra step by Ejiofor.
Yeah, I like that short roll, but Ejiofor, out of his peripheral vision, saw Stevie Mitchell down on the baseline. It kind of took his eye off of the ball a little bit, traveled. He anticipated that Mitchell was coming up, so excellent rotation that time by Mitchell defensively.
St. John's had gone 4 minutes without turning it over. That was their 11th of the half. Kolick too strong.
Got numbers. St. John's has numbers.
Bedlam. He was going to take that one all the way, wasn't he? Stayed with it. Some stick-to-itiveness from the Harvard guy out of Brooklyn. Double-digit lead for the first time. Mitchell uses the glass.
How smart of a play was that? Mitchell saw that Ludlam was sizing him up, but the thing that Ludlam did was he jumped to Mitchell's right side. It gave him the baseline drive, but no help, no rotation was there. So excellent patience that time by Stevie Mitchell.
Soriano has been on the time now for the last 7 minutes as St. John's has extended their lead. Ledlam, great deep. Taylor with a pump fake, and that 3-ball up against the clock is pulled down by Lowry. Mitchell again. Those are 2 big buckets after falling down by 10 that Stevie Mitchell's put together. 28 all in the paint for Marquette. Shot clock, game clock differential is just past 2 seconds. So they can essentially hold it almost for 1. Wilcher working on Mitchell. Got to go up for Ledlam. Tried to draw the contact, did not. And we're at the intermission. Fun first half. Have picked up what Soriano was unable to accomplish, and I'm sure they want to get him more touches as we open the second half.
But he has to be more active to get those touches, to allow himself to be free on the block. And a beautiful play coming out of the halftime to get David Joplin the shot. But back to Soriano. Just because a guy is guarding you, that doesn't mean that you can't figure out ways to create more openings for yourself, get offensive rebounds. Maybe that gets him going here in the second half.
Joplin, who's a 38% three-point shooter, gets the first of the day for Marquette. Matt Leaner won't go, and a foul on the putback opportunity by R.J. Lewis. And that's you think about it, first points not in the paint for Marquette, courtesy of Joplin. And now on the other end, we've got a foul, and St. John's will send Lewis to the line after Tyler Kolick gets his first foul of the afternoon.
And give a lot of credit, too, to St. John's. Defensively, you can play hard and physical without fouling. To back that up, 0 for 1 in the first half of Marquette from the free throw line. So keys to a really good defense is talk early, talk often, slide your feet, use your body, but don't reach and don't commit fouls. That's what St. John's was able to do in the first half.
Rick Pitino, who began his career at Boston University, reached back into Massachusetts to find Lewis. Among all of these transfers that he's put together to form this cohesive unit, it only has Soriano as a returning player from a season ago.
R.J. Lewis would be one of those foundational pieces to this rebuild. A beautiful move.
Joplin did all of that, keeping and maintaining his pivot foot. And some incidental contact there with Ledlam. Got one in the jaw there. But he'll be okay.
Well, David Joplin here, a little rip through to the baseline. Felt where Ledlam was going. Ledlam was out of position defensively. And that's a tough move. And Ledlam is there. An incidental contact with the elbow to the face.
baseline blast, but it's rejected, and a follow. Iguodaro got it first, but Lewis was there, and the jumping jack got the putback. 38-33. Colin. Oh, that was a quick one. Right past Soriano with a left hand, and that was a quick trigger by the leader of this Marquette team. Jenkins gives it up to Lewis again. Way off target. Kolek clears. Out to Mitchell. Joplin again off the heel. Iguodaro tried to tap it out, but Dunlap comes out of there with it for St. John's. Nice pass to Ledlam. Beautifully done by Dunlap.
Yeah, beautiful pass, but Ledlam, he ran right in the middle of the court. He kept his defender on his high side, which allowed the pass to get there, and he was able to finish.
Kolek, he needed to see one go down. You know, he's almost been more tentative when he's been that wide open, so that's good news for Shaka Smart.
Yeah, guess where the pass came from? Iguodaro was able to tightrope the baseline, and Kolek didn't even think about it. He let it go. And when you have that kind of rhythm and that beautiful release, eventually one is going to go down for you.
And it enabled him to be a catch-and-shoot perimeter shooter rather than trying to create his own three off the bounce. Lewis from the wing. Nothing but nylon. Both offenses getting in sync. 43-38. Iguodaro off the bounce pass entry.
Empty side corner. It's a little tougher to defend, especially when it's Kolek and Iguodaro.
Ledlam goes in to initiate that contact, and we'll get the whistle. Foul goes against David Joplin, his first. And you can see that both teams offensively have made the suitable adjustments now, and it's been back and forth up and down the floor. Lewis has 7 all in this half. And here's Ledlam at the line. Three things that you need to know about the Harvard transfer. I love Scooby-Doo too. Who doesn't, right?
Yeah, I knew I liked this guy for a reason. Wish I saw the Jordan flu game. Well, a lot of people would tell you they were there when they weren't. I'll tell you that much right now in Utah.
Another three ball. This one from Cam. Who can Cam? 44-43. Johnny's by 1. Lewis. Strong move to the hoop.
Well, I mean, he's full display of what his game is going to mature into. It's the jump shot. It's the off the dribble. It's in transition. Now it's the defense.
Great overplay. Jenkins. The lead back to 5. Jones rejected by Soriano. Nice save by Joel. Got to feel that he wants a touch too right now. Get in on the act. Well defended by Iguodaro, and he's holding his shoulder now after that contact. And we've got a timeout.
You play defense, do all the little things, and now you're able to get out in transition. Lewis returns. You know, it's conference play is not easy. Think the beauty about the Big East, though, talking to coaches, the Big East, because of different styles of play, prepare you a lot better for your NCAA tournament.
Right. Both teams a bit more scintillating offensively in the second stanza. Lewis again. And it's pulled down by Kolek. Looks like they're going to get Tyler off the ball now, which allows Mitchell and Jones to free him up to get catch and shoot opportunities. They're everybody can handle for this Marquette team. There's Soriano picking up a cheapie. Crowd does not like that call.
Well, here's the problem. In the official, Jeff Clark is on the baseline. But now watch Soriano's hand. Okay, so from the official's perspective, he sees the hand and he sees Mitchell fall. But what's happened is that Mitchell was falling anyway. So a tough call that time, and a beautiful straight by Coleman.
How about that? The guard sets the pick for the big guy delivery.
Yeah, but that's a lack of communication. Soriano that time was on the high side, and that was an easy pick for Coleman to be able to set that. Iguodala to be able to get to the basket and finish.
We see a level of intensity now with Soriano in the second half that was missing in the first. Jenkins a pull-up. There's Soriano right on cue, and he's fouled.
Well, let's go back to the screen. We talked about Kolek and Iguodala playing together for so long. Look at this. Inside. Now watch where Soriano goes. He's going up top. He's just standing there. I think he's anticipating the switch, which doesn't happen. But those two play so well together. And that's the two-man game when you have an empty corner. You don't have the extended help. You get inside and you're able to capitalize. And Soriano, 4 points today. And for Soriano, and I would say this, the typical post-up is not going to happen a lot of times because this Marquette team is too active.
Right.
The offensive rebounds, running the court, second side situations is when you can, I think, get a little freedom to operate a little bit more.
Curious, with the pace of play being what it is, Jim, Marquette's rotation is right around 8. Patino will go 10-11 deep. If it becomes a battle of endurance late in the game, you wonder if St. John's has an advantage there.
Yeah, with Dingle's out, also foul trouble if there is, so contributes to that in late game situation on who ultimately is in that inside that rotation.
Kolek again, so quick with that trigger as he got it up and over Soriano.
Well, it proves that you don't have to be the fastest to be able to still beat your opponent, and Kolek does an excellent job of catching the ball on the move, Tim, which allows him to get his shoulder or one of his legs or feet by his opponent to finish.
And the other thing about Kolek is he's so strong in that upper body of his. Beautiful dunk down to Letlam, rejected by Iguodala. Stevie Mitchell end to end. Marquette has tied it at 49. Timeout. Well, they're Golden Eagles now, but Renell McGuire in his backcourt.
Listen, you can't say everybody's not as old as you. So you can't use that. I was born in 70, so
yeah.
you can't. But no, iconic moment. Listen, I said this when Shaka took the head job at Marquette.
Indeed.
This feels like a Shaka Smart program, team. The kind of players that he needs to get and it's paying off for not only himself, but also for the program.
And of course, everyone knows Al would start the fights while his brother was really playing basketball with the Knicks.
Here's the question, though. You go back to that picture with Al McGuire when he was playing at St. John's, and you notice because you're of age.
Yes.
Why did you have shorts with belts on? So you talk to me about that.
Oh. You know, well, I was a standstill shooter in the 9th grade, and I really needed to hold them up.
Okay, all right. I was just saying, man. The belt look.
Letlam loses it on the way up.
Iguodala, excellent job of maintaining his positioning. Mitchell in transition.
Boy, oh boy, has he been tough. He's just a glue guy, Mitchell. Picks up the loose change. Marquette by 2. All knocked away. There he is, the little things again. Mitchell with the deflection. And a return to sender by Jenkins.
Now Stevie Mitchell put the imprint on this game, using his big frame to get downhill, be creative with his shots, finish over taller opponents. Again, when you're down some of your fellow teammate, somebody else has to step up. In particular, when you're on the road, when teams pay so much attention to Kolek in this combination.
Beautiful lob to Iguodaro. The easiest bucket he'll ever make.
That play works because it shifted the defense all the way towards the Marquette bench. But then the play was to head back and throw the lob the opposite way.
Look up at the top of the screen there, and you see Shaka slapping that floor, wanting his team to D up. It's an 8-0 run now for Marquette. Mitchell is 6 out of 8 from the floor. Ejiofor back into the game, and look out. There he is. Count it, and the foul.
Well, excellent read by Ejiofor. That's why they're so potent and so tough to stop in their fast break offense.
Ejiofor at the free throw line, he's got 7. He is the only bench player in today's game for either team that has gotten into the scoring column. Make it 8 on the day as Soriano again sits, and it's 53-52.
And St. John's needed all of those 8 points too.
And of course, Marquette has minus both Chase Ross and Sean Jones on their bench. The guys that have come in have done a nice job just not scoring. And then there's a foul inside as Iguodaro had a mismatch, and there was really nothing left for Wiltshire to do but make him go to the line.
But that's identifying what play to run to get Iguodaro that mismatch inside. You know, that's attending to the scouting report and then putting that pass where only Oso could get it.
Three things you need to know about Oso Iguodaro, a young man that has meant so much to his team. We'll get to it in a moment. We will get to it in just a moment.
And this time, Iguodaro taking a quick little break here.
Yeah.
Probably when he comes back in, we'll finish the game. And this is the maneuvering situation in regards to bodies, finding quick, small pockets for Shaka Smart to get his main rotational players some quick rest, to get them back in for the finishing stanza of this game.
I don't know about you, but I'm really, that was a great tease for Oso's third base. There's a dump down, beautiful pass, and Levelham converts. And we're tied at 54. Kolek over Levelham. Oh, man, he is. There are times he's just going to will his way to double-digit points and assists.
KYG, man. Know your game.
Indeed.
He's not knocking down the shots, but that time he was able to get that big frame inside despite giving up some size. And LB's a beautiful pass once again. St. John's. St. John's doing an excellent job. They've maintained this. They haven't turned the ball over. Now they continue to get high-quality shots at the rim.
There is such a buzz in this building. Wiltshire will pick up the foul on Kolek with the hand check. Ledlam outstanding in this half.
Well, yeah, look, the backdoor cut. That time, David Joplin fell asleep. But then watch Kolek. He's going to lean you to the right because you want to take away his left, and then he's able to, the tight spin under control, allow him to get back inside.
Well, that foul is going to be called on Taylor on the reach. Fans unhappy with it because they thought maybe Kolek was in a situation to travel there.
Yep.
Tyler will trigger it in. Sean Jones carried Marquette early in this game. He buries a three here as Marquette really picking it up from downtown, and they lead by 3.
Well, second half, they're 3 for 4 from behind the three-point line. Couldn't buy one. Now, you don't get frustrated, Tim. You know why when you miss early? Beautiful pass inside, not able to finish.
That was Cam, obviously, not Sean. Apologies.
But here's the thing. You ask yourself as a coaching staff, are we getting the same shots and just missing, or are we forcing those three-point shots? And the answer is, look, they've gotten some great shots. They just didn't knock them down. So you skew towards the norm and knock them down, and in the second half, 3 for 4 behind the line.
Shaka told me Sean Watson gave him some points while he was at home in bed. There's a beautiful ball fake. Off the heel, Mitchell. Even better tap out by the big fella, Ejiofor. Dunlap has failed to hit a 3 yet today. Great run and the follow by Lowry. And it's good to see the freshman high rising from Springfield, Missouri, and Lallemure High School. Tapped away, it'll belong to St. John's.
Fast break point number 10. Once again, watch the fundamental pass. And 3 St. John's players, defenders, went after that. Watch, 1, 2, 3. And that just opened it up for Lowry right there to finish. And that's why you run the break. And I love, that's kind of old school. Instead of running to the 3-point line, you run for a layup.
If you've ever seen Lallemure out of Indiana play high school ball, I mean, you learn to follow every shot. The instincts for the loose ball off the rim. And another foul as Joplin was going to take it to the rack. That goes against Jenkins. That's number 1 on him. 5 team fouls now on the Johnnies with 9 and change remaining here in the game.
Yeah, so it's imperative. If you Marquette, continue to press the button a little bit, get yourself in the penalty right now early with 9 minutes left, or you could just run the pick and roll with those 2.
How about that little
get your runner inside, you know? I mean, Iguodaro has come so far in this offensive game. The confidence that he has right now in those little short, I don't even know if that's a flip shot, if that's but it works, man.
You could call him a junior version of Stockton to Malone when they work that pick and roll together as well as they do, he and Colett. Lewis. That's a reach-in foul.
He had the empty corner. Iguodaro right here. He slips this early, a short roll, understanding that if he rolls too deep, the pass is not there and the shot we're not able to get, but he identifies where the openings are at in the defense. You get it. Dwight Powell, that plays for the Dallas Mavericks and played at Stanford, I believe he did. This is a role that Iguodaro can play in the league.
No doubt about it.
At the next level.
Yeah. Soriano, that one goes crying off the front iron from the elbow. Dunlap. Lewis off the flash. Colett the rebound. Iguodaro screened out Soriano beautifully. Marquette 15 of 19 from the floor in this half. They have really picked it up on the offensive end.
It's a 1 turnover.
I love Iguodaro. Just great presence of mind to get it out to Lowry. Great job. Zane Lowry. Remember that name. 10-0 run now for Marquette.
And keep in mind, it was Seton Hall that went on a 14-0 run to end the half against St. John's, and then another 14-0 run to begin the game. I mean, in the second half, well, you got to be solid on your defense when you're playing against Marquette. If not, if you try to go for a steal, this team will make you pay. Iguodaro right there inside for an open 3 here at MSG.
2 weeks from today.
Yep. Creighton here. So you have opportunities with your home games against viable teams that are NCAA tournament teams to get those kind of W's. So that's the importance of taking care of home court. Again, a lot of work to do here in this game with 10-point lead by Marquette, but a lot of time to cut into it for the Red Storm.
10-0 run, really spearheaded by Lowry, who was the first bench player to get points for Marquette today. And that steal in the passing lane by R.J. Lewis.
Outstanding deep defensive discipline by Lewis by not going for an overplaying. Get that steal, and that time Colett got caught on Soriano and get the smart thing, grabbed him instead of giving up the 2.
Look, he's got 19 minutes of playing time, Jim. 2 shots, 5 points, 5 boards. To your point, he's just got to do a better job of getting himself free to get those looks that he wants and needs.
Yeah, well, only 8 field goal attempts in their last game against Seton Hall, too. Again, he started off the season kind of red hot in regards to touches. You get 16.4 points. You figure out ways to take things away. You like to credit that the defense of scheme, of game planning is limiting his touches, but it goes both ways in regards to, as a player, getting touches.
Now we'll tell you 3 things you need to know. This about Soriano. Grandma's cooking. I'm thinking maybe there's some turnip greens in there somewhere, right? Wish you had seen Kobe's last game, and of course, it's always a great birthday gift to get tickets to the Garden. Now he gets to play here, and he gets to give them out.
How about this? So I went to that game with Kobe, last game, the Lakers. I was about to leave in the 3rd quarter, but I decided to stay because they were playing against Utah, and somebody else won, so they were eliminated from the playoffs. And I decided to stay, and he put up 60 points, I believe it was, in that last game.
Good idea. Yeah. Jenkins now trying to get into Kolik's kitchen. There's Iguodaro again. They are working that pick and roll beautifully. 68-58. Lead remains 10. This is the guy that can ignite you, Jenkins. Ledlam, nice pass to Soriano, rejected by Iguodaro. Lewis in traffic. High off the window and halfway down the cylinder and out.
That's excellent team defense that time by Marquette. Some looks at the rim were negated by the hustle of Marquette, and then you're able to 2 feet in the paint once again. You spread out, and David Joplin, man, as Marquette found their rhythm from behind 3 here in the second half.
Yeah, the Milwaukee kid from Brookfield Central, they have taken the air out of this building. 15-2 run. Ledlam straight line drive to Lewis. Oh, and he missed a chippy. Soriano there to flush it.
Still plenty of time in this game, but St. John's has to figure out how to stop that 2-man game with that short roll between Kolek and Iguodaro.
It was your top concern today for them.
Yeah, I mean, how you play that is not an easy task. Easier said than done sitting over here, partner.
Yep. Kolek going crossover against Ledlam. Tough shot. Good defense by Ledlam. Jenkins with the outlet to Lewis. Euro and a foul.
I mean, it's been a pleasure watching also Iguodaro just kind of grow his game. I told you, it's a place for him at the next level, especially playing the smaller lineups, his defense, his athleticism, his awareness, but more importantly, his IQ for the game, how to make things happen. I talked about Dwight Powell, what value he brings to the Dallas Mavericks. He's undersized, but yet how he plays the game allows him to be effective and a contributor to a team. A lot of games left here at Marquette to be won and had, but I tell you, watching him grow from his freshman year to where he is absolutely right now has been incredible.
Chandler, Arizona, Desert Vista High, Oso Iguodaro. He's really become a quiet leader, Shaka says. Look at those leaders. Speaking of the high-flying, soaring Golden Eagles.
Well, 5 players in double figures. You're talking about the blueprint to walking out of a hostile environment on the road is this right here, along with you only have 7 turnovers.
Yeah. They've given us signs today of their championship pedigree of a year ago.
But it's always tough. You say, look at the record, and you said it. They've already had 3 losses, you know, in the conference, as many as they had last year. Well, teams are going to attack a little bit differently. You have the target on the back.
Pass was a little high. Nice run down by Lewis. Crowd responds. Huge sequence here for St. John's. They really need a bucket. Jenkins! Timeout. Marquette. And Jenkins really is a born leader. I mean, talk about some guys coming from another level of college basketball. I mean, it was incredible that he was playing at the level where Rick was at Iona, and they got a big-time Division I player when Danis came over with Rick. to St. John's.
Well, it's a reason why, too. It's not taking anything from Posh Alexander, who's an excellent point guard, but not having him back wasn't a problem for Rick Pitino by bringing in Danish Jenkins to run the ship.
Shot clock under 10. Cam Jones on a blow by. Tough pass, got caught in the air and turned it over.
The second half, Marquette has been running from behind the arc. Beautiful strokes. These are a lot of the same shots you were getting in the first half, not able to knock them in, but 6 for 8. Again, they kept the game within balance in that first half despite not making three-point shots, and you see what happens when they're able to knock them in. 7-point leads thus far.
If St. John's can come back, they're doing it against the team that's kicking in on all cylinders offensively. Marquette, a whopping 78% from the floor in this half. Jenkins off the front iron. And it's pulled down by Mitchell. I mean, that's like Villanova 85 stuff against Georgetown, 78% in the half. Kolek with the mismatch against Soriano has to give it up to Mitchell. Now Mitchell will try the big guy. That was out of bounds. And we've got a timeout. 3:40 remaining. Coming down to cases in the Big East. Shaka in game number 500 for us. Today, from three-point range, interesting. Talk about tight rims and the kind iron or unkind. Three-point shooting to our left is a combined 1 of 17 for both teams, but where the ball is now to our right, okay, we're talking 9 of 17 for both teams.
Like that corner over there. Huh?
This corner is much better than the other. Yep. So St. John's is shooting at the tighter rim.
Now, could it be that you're away from Marquette's bench over there, too?
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Lewis lost his dribble, did recover, and got a timeout. And his presence of mind there, sometimes you hate having to take those, but that was a critical position at Villanova. And they look to get back on track themselves after dropping those last two, particularly the embarrassing loss to Seton Hall earlier this week.
So we talked about a tight one, 67-65. Now it's tied up, 67 all, Creighton and Seton Hall.
Yeah.
And speaking of Villanova, to me, the key to the team has always been Mark Armstrong.
Yeah.
When Villanova's at their peak production, point guard plays premium. That's where the leaders are at. And despite losing the other night, I think Mark Armstrong the last couple of games have found something offensively. Speaking of which,
Jenkins can find it too. Only 10 on the shot clock coming up. You knew they needed that. Now it's an 8-0 run for the Johnnies. And the lead has been whittled down to 5 after being a 13-point lead for Marquette, largest of the game for either team. Kolek a wraparound foul prior to the shot. Lewis on a reach.
Well, let's go back out of the timeout. Not comfortable with the first play, but this one, Danish Jenkins able to get to about the free throw line. Didn't over dribble, got inside, but this two-man game froze Soriano, and R.J. Lewis, unfortunately, was on the backside of Tyler Kolek, who cleverly picked up the foul.
It was on R.J. Lewis reaching in.
And you think about the free throw situation, St. John's did a really good job there. Plus, right now, they're 14 for 17, and right now, Marquette is just 2 for 4, so doing a really good job of playing with your feet, not your hands.
Only one timeout now remaining for St. John's after they were forced to call that one on the loose ball recovery by Jenkins. Marquette just ended a 3.5-minute drought with those free throws. Beautiful save by Dunlap to Jenkins. Dunlap should get a lot of credit for saving that, and a Sunday best dish on Saturday here at the Garden. And he did a Stacey Augmon impression. It was like the Plastic Man going up to save that errant pass. They're on their feet. Kolek!
go back. You said Stacey Altman. I say it's football Saturday. Odell Beckham Jr. right here with the one-hander. And David Johnson was kind of caught because he's thinking the ball is probably going out of bounds.
Yeah.
That hesitation allows now Jenkins to be able to knock that in. That's a big-time play.
By the way,
by John Ladd.
I got to call a few of Odell's Velcro hands catches at LSU back in the day, so I'm right there with you. That's hard to believe. A missed free throw for Kolek rarely, if ever, happens.
94% free throw shooter.
I mean, Madison Square Garden magic. Missed them both. Missed them both. This building will explode if the Giants score on this possession. Soriano back on the floor. Ledlin, a pull-up. Too strong, but look at Lewis there. Ball has failed to hit the rim. Shot clock down to 7. Got to go up. Lewis the feed. Soriano. Hello. How do you do? It's a 13-2 run. 73-71. There are no easy outs in this league.
No, it's not. And that's how it's supposed to be. But, you know, you want to be a good team, you got to win games like this. Okay? You got to figure out ways. You've been down, you've been out, you're the home team. Force your opponent, Marquette, to make the mistake, then you capitalize on it. But you have to be solid defensively, knowing that out of this timeout, it's probably going to be a two-man game with Kolek and Iguodala.
Only one timeout for each team. Here we go. On the switch, Kolek against Soriano. Shot clock at 2. It's got to go up. It's a violation.
Excellent communication early. And why that's important, Tim, when the crowd is loud, you have to be louder as a group, especially the back line, calling out your defensive assignments. That time, St. John's able to stay steady, and at the end, Ledlin didn't bail out Joplin by committing a foul on that shot.
It's been a 5-minute, 20-second drought for Marquette from the floor. St. John's shoots for the tie or the lead on this possession. Jenkins. Ledlin the rebound and a recycle. Lewis. Oh, Jenkins is fouled on the putback opportunity.
A lot of action here. But St. John's able to keep the possession alive, and this time Stevie Mitchell got caught watching. What I tell you about the little things, you have to identify into the game where your man is at and put a body on him. And Mitchell, that lapse of concentration allowed Danis Jenkins to almost get a three-point play opportunity, but at least now has 2 at the line.
78% on the year, Danis Jenkins. Mitchell, by the way, picked up his 4th. If we go into an extra session, that's something you need to file away and keep in your hip pocket. Because he's been vital to this Marquette team today. This is for the tie. Uh-oh, look out. They're going to get a foul. Thought for a moment it might have been tapped away, but they're getting a foul instead on Lewis with a 1-point game. So we'll promenade to the other end for free throws.
Let's take a look at the back end of this. And Joplin puts it on the deck. The reach in. I thought that was great defense.
Yeah.
That was great defense.
Loose ball, and he's going for the ball.
But see, here's a problem. Where's he? Who called it? Richard Fisher. Because if it's Lewis out on the side, he is behind the play, only sees the reach.
I'm with you.
If it's the baseline official, he's able to see that it wasn't a foul. That time, Marquette got away with one. I thought A.J. Lewis did a great job of plucking the ball away from Joplin.
Joplin only 14 of 19 on the year at the free throw line. Here we go. They shoot for the lead or the win. Discrepancy is 4.5 seconds between the shot and game clock. Who wants it? Gotta believe Jenkins does. He's never met a big shot he didn't like. Iguodala comes out on him. Ledlam on the wing. Off the heels. Kept alive underneath. Marquette clears with 4.5 and a foul.
How critical is free throw shooting down the stretch of the game? Coaches emphasize this so much in practices.
Well, you got a break when Kolek missed 2 in a row, and now he gets to go back to the line because of a hustle play he made off the glass. This could give them a 3-point lead if he nails both. Still 1 timeout remaining for both teams. Boy, that foul on the loose ball situation looms large. They'll be talking about that this week in New York if this score remains the same.
Yeah, because that's potentially a possession for St. John's right there.
Absolutely.
Tough, but I thought the officials missed that one. I thought it was an excellent play by R.J. Lewis Jr. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time situations. Kolek has a chance to get his team up 3 here.
Here's your Big East Player of the Year a season ago. Towing the line after 2 rare misses. Wow, 3 in a row. Game on the line, and Pitino gets his final timeout.
Even the best under certain situations when there's pressure on the line to get your shot up. And I was thinking before, that the ball was on the side, but it's full court.
Ledlam will trigger it in. It appears that Marquette will not defend the inbounder. And a timeout taken by Shaka Smart. After seeing the alignment, he may change his mind on that inbounds pass. And he utilizes his final timeout to...
I would.
Yeah.
I mean, I would make it extremely difficult for St. John's to have to catch the ball coming towards them, towards the basket, and have to turn and now attack.
Well,
can't catch it on the run.
Rick Pitino didn't guard the inbounder in '92. We all know what happened there. So does he. We'll see what happens here. Soriano to Jenkins for 3. The win, not there. And Marquette escapes. Beautiful look